All right, welcome everybody. We are back. It is Tuesday. It is Masters racing time. Almost 12:30 Eastern Time, US. I'm Rick Sorenson. I'll be your guide, your waiter for the next 60 minutes or so, as we're going to race a ZHR Masters race, Europe race. Usually the biggest and fastest field of the Masters races on Tuesday. I don't do it for that reason. I just do it because 12:30 works good for me. But it makes for a good workout, that's for sure. So I will be cruising around here. I'm in the G category, which is 60 plus. So my goal today, we're riding the Greater London flat course. Not my favorite, but hey, everybody's got to ride it. So my goal is to win my category, finish as high as I can in the overall. Probably will come to the finish with at least 20 guys for the sprint would be my guess, or more. There's always a lot of super strong guys here. So breakaways on a flat course like this would be quite difficult. As I said, I'm Rick Sorenson. I am I have bike raced for 31 years. This is my 32nd year bike racing. Started in 1986. Casper Classic, Casper, Wyoming. Some of you may remember that. What a great race. 7 days, 7 stages, all categories. Got your money's worth out of that race. I also own and run 152 coaching, and I am accepting clients for the upcoming season. I like to specialize in tactics and riding you, or just helping you with a general plan. You can also write specific workouts, but I think it's really important that a lot of guys, that everyone, sequences your training days correctly. Do not overdo it, and do the proper recovery. It's just, that stuff just gets missed out on a lot. So I try to help with that stuff. But again, I've won 152 coaching is 152 wins in real life. I know, doesn't seem possible, but do a lot of stage races, you can win a lot of stages and pile them up. So, and 32 years, hey. So we got a minute to go. So like any race, you want to be ready for the start. Take some deep breaths. Get ready for the usual crazy swift starts. That's just the way they are. So you want to take some deep breaths and start to build up some watts. So you just make sure you stay in the front group. That's my goal. 30 seconds. Good luck to everybody out there. Bunch of good guys from all around the world. Race Masters on Zwift. What a great platform Zwift is. Alrighty. Don't need to be the very first guy. Just want to make this first selection. Not too bad. somebody out the front. Good luck with that. So it looks like this first selection is coming together. 40 some guys. I'm gonna be too far back here. Get dropped right now would be rather embarrassing. Fast though, 37 miles an hour. So I need to move up here a little bit. I like to keep my cadences high. Don't want to really tap into any power sources quite yet. So it looks like that guy that was off the front is back in the fold. No surprise there. The blob has all the speed in Zwift. Flat race like this, you just want to keep contact. This is a results race for me, so I'm not going to do anything outrageous as far as attacks, which I might do if it was a training race. I mean, they're all training races, but I want to get a result today, so I'm going to try to ride it as efficiently as possible, and I'll save the other races that I do on Thursday and Saturday. Take some chances there, because those are not results races. Those are training races. Know the difference. Technically still in the warm-up. It's been renamed the lead-in since warm-up was actually ridiculous. Since Zwift is full gas from the line. So we'll hit up this first little kicker. See how it goes. Not too bad. Stretch out, but still a lot of wheels in front of me. Not too worried. Keep yourself hydrated. It's only an hour, but it's long enough to cause you problems if you don't drink. All the usual names in here, good guys. Popovic, current Masters Series leader. He's a beast. 8-time national time trial champion of Austria, I heard. So he can roll it. It's a good course for him. Weighs 200 pounds. He can fly. Oh, Whiteley's very good. Petit's very good. Some of the top Masters racers on Zwift are here. I just want to settle in. Don't let my heart rate get too high. Keep my cadence decent. Just try to be efficient. Watch the front. Make sure nothing gets away. As I said, probably is not going to happen. There'll be a gradual paring down of this field, but you know, I like to say in crits and flat Zwift races, you should try to be invisible at least the first half. Save your energy. As the last half, the last quarter, it's when most things really happen in races, especially a flat course like this. My max heart rate this time of year is about 176, 177. So I'm rolling along in pretty good shape so far. I'm starting my 5th week of sustained training for the 2018 road season. And I can feel it. Starting to get a little bit of form, but my legs are tired more often than not. So I'm having to balance my recovery, my workloads. You don't want to get in a hole. You just want to progress. If you're not progressing, take a step back and take a look at what you're doing. Something's not working. A lot of times just because you don't have a good plan. You're just kind of riding whenever, wherever. Consistent training leads to consistent results. Can't stress that enough. A lot of times you have a very inconsistent trainer, you don't really know why you were good or bad. That's not a good thing. So we're down to about 30 guys now, I think. Dick Bierman there. He's very good. In case you haven't figured it out, I'm in all black jersey with a white stripe down the left side. Orange wheels. On the Tron bike. Took me a long time to get that sucker. But it's the fastest bike in Zwift, so I'll take it. And yes, the bikes do make a little bit of difference. Not a huge difference, but You're going against really, really good guys. You take anything you can get. If the bike gives you a tiny percentage advantage, take it. Stand every now and again, give your legs a little stretch. Move your hands. You don't want to be locked in one position all the time. That leads to numb hands, numb other things. Not good. I would call this a very solid pace. Not breakneck, but solid. 28 plus. Pretty quick. Get it turned left there and gone up to Box Hill, but not today. Rolling with the big boys today. So even though this race is not my specialty, kind of have to view it as if it's a stage of a stage race and it's not your specialty, still got to do it. So that's all right. I like to keep my cadences above 90. I start to lower when I get tired. Dick making a strong push here. I don't really need to go with him, but I'm here. May as well. It's definitely too early to be out the front. And here they come. Let's see, if there was a bunch of attacks in here, you'd split this group. Zwift is usually one surge and that's it for a while. So, nothing ventured, nothing gained there. Looks like we're down to about 34 riders, maybe. Continue to lose a few as the race goes along. This is a fairly boring course. So even though I was off there with Mr. Veerman with a couple seconds, nobody's really tired yet. A lot of strong guys behind us. Not going to stay away. I'm not going to commit to that move. Now, if that was like 5 miles to go, I'd be all in. We got 17 to go. So I'm going to be all in the middle of the group. That's where I'm going to be. Again, I like to use higher cadences because I feel like that taps your fitness. Big gears tap your power. You recover faster. Your legs will recover faster from the cadence efforts than from the power efforts. So you can drop to a lower cadence, get your heart rate down, as long as you're not pushing it really hard. Eight miles done, 17 to go. I do have an aero power up, which unless I get in trouble, I'll save till the end. Because they're pretty valuable and give you a few spots for sure. It'll be a big sprint at the end. So I'm just going to tail gun it here for a while. No big worries. Can't say that I feel really great, but hey, it's training. I bet the only group that would have a chance of staying off would be 8 or 9 guys. 2 or 3 have no chance at this point. Again, give your legs a little stretch. Don't always assume every time you stand you have to go harder. A little uphill drag coming up here in a little bit. You can get stretched out in there. Just want to be aware of what's going on in the front. You start seeing orange numbers all around you. Don't wait. Go. Let the guy out the front. Good training. Not for me, not today. I'm 5'9", 150 pounds, 62 years old. I would venture to guess almost everybody in this field's younger than me. I see a little push at the front here. Looking out the front's holding a good tempo. 10 miles in, 15 to go. Still in the first lap. Yeah, if you're gonna stay away by yourself, you'd have to hold almost 6 watts a kilogram. I can't do that. Aggressive riding though, no shame in that. The only time I sit in is when I'm really looking for a result on a course that doesn't suit me, or I'm about to get dropped. That'll curb your enthusiasm for aggressive bike racing when you're hanging onto your ass. We've all been there. Attack? How can I attack? I'm about to get dropped. Guess you gotta know who you're racing against. Size up the field. It's not just you that counts. How good are the other guys? What are they doing? Who's aggressive? Who isn't? Figure it out. Pay attention. All right, there's our first lap. That's the longest lap, obviously. I think we scooped him up, so we're all back together. Yeah, the top 15 guys in this bunch, they'll all be together at the end. Nobody's going anywhere there. They're all too strong. The course is too flat. So I'll be racing again on Thursday and on Saturday. Once I start to get a little fitter, I'll start live streaming those races as well. Probably on Twitch. So I'm definitely still on the back foot here at the end of January. Trying to build fitness and endurance. Sweat a lot indoors. Don't forget to drink. If you don't sweat a lot, you're either a freak or you're not working hard enough. So we haven't seen any attacks here for a little while. Coming up to the halfway point. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna come up this little kicker up here. Might get a little crazy. The last time up that kicker, you're not far from the finish at that point. So as we're coming up to this little hill, it's a ways up here. I want to make sure I'm up towards the front. Drift back if I have to. Eventually I'll start racing back to back, because that's a good way to start to build your endurance. Brutal though, but it's good. So 2 guys out the front now. We'll see the fields are reacting a little bit. So I'm going to put on a little more power. Make sure I don't get caught behind the gap. Stretching out. Definitely got some action here. Hopefully I don't get scrubbed out. Boy, big counterattack right here. That's what you should do. Boom. One of these young guys should do that. First attack almost never works. Second or third counters, those are the ones that stick. Sometimes. Everybody gets tired. I don't care how strong you are. If the group's not really fatigued, they'll catch you. Definitely up the pace here a little bit. $11 miles to go, 14 done. So far, so good. Top 10's about the most I can hope for today. Lots of big boys in here. So you always want to moderate your efforts. Don't do more than you have to until you have to. We got a little right turn with our hill coming up here, so I don't want to drift too far back. No, that wasn't it. Not yet. It's all right. I thought that was the turn to go up the hill, but no. This course is a little different than the regular London Loop. So if I'm in the 160s, heart rate, steady, that's more than I want to be. I'd like to be in the upper 140s, but do what you got to do. Ten miles to go. Got to start being sharp. Don't make mistakes. Don't burn any matches unless you have to. We all know this is going to come down to a sprint, and there'll be some fast efforts before then. So we just want to get a nice draft, stay out of trouble, stay in contact. Good news is there's a lot of wheels here. Well, my pick for the win is either Popovic or Whiteley. Gibbings is really good too. Dick Veerman will be in the top 5. Not exciting racing, but can't let it lull you to sleep. So that's when you get caught out. You get in trouble. You lose this group, you'll never see him again until the finish. Moving too fast. 28 guys in the group. Stretching out a little bit. Just need to be aware. Yeah, could get a little dicey here. All stretched out. Right gap. We'll see. See if they keep going. Group is all splintered. Oh, what a great place for a counter that would have been. That's it. That back group is in deep trouble. I didn't really do anything great there. I was just positioned well. Boy, Popovic and Whiteley really pushing it. Well, I just sawed the group almost in half. It was that second effort over the top by Popovic and Whiteley that really ripped it open. That was good riding. Luckily, I recognized it. Was able to keep contact. Yeah, that group got cut in half. We're down to 13 guys. Serious damage right there. See, I never lost a wheel. I never had to cross a gap. Now nobody will get back on this group. 7 miles to go. Probably see the exact same thing next lap. Same place. And watch Popovic and Whiteley. They're the two strong guys here. Mr. Pettit ahead of me is very good. The only thing that slows him down is all that hair. You'd think he would have learned from Fignon that that's not aero. Yeah, he's a good rider. So, really big selection right there. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw one more big effort from one or two guys before we hit that false flat uphill again. These are the really good guys in this group. I don't know all of them, but they wouldn't be here if they weren't any good. Strong. Boy, if you'd had the legs, counterattack after that, after the second group got dropped, man, that would have been interesting. I don't have legs for that, but everybody was gassed right there, I guarantee you. You can see my cadence start to lower a little bit. As I start to get tired, I start pushing bigger gears. So that next group's now 18 seconds back. We won't see them again. Just under 6 miles to go. Everybody in here should be starting to think about the end game now. Position, position, position. And a little luck. I take a little luck. Why not? Not much luck in Zwift. Pretty much all Watson position. So I want to just try to freshen up here, recover as much as possible. Everybody's starting to get a little tired. Probably getting ready for the next attack here somewhere pretty soon. I guarantee if there's a big move, it'll have Popovic's name all over it. So with a smaller group, you have less room for error, fewer wheels. You got to be even sharper. So I'm going to try to take some deep breaths before we hit those last couple miles and be ready, because that's going to be hard. Always thinking about what's coming up. Two things you're always thinking about. What's going on around me? What's coming up? Well, I've done about all I can do here, except hang on at the end and grab every spot I can in the overall. Pretty calm. Everybody's keeping their powder dry for that last false flat uphill. And there's going to be an explosion, I guarantee you. Not far now. 4 miles. A lot can happen in 4 miles. Get my old ass dropped in 4 miles. Need to stay sharp. Thank you, Zwift. I don't need to be in the draft. It's all right. Coming up to crunch time here. Quiet before the storm here. It's coming. Three miles. As soon as you start seeing big numbers over on the right, it's time to go. Don't want to be too far back there. Tail gunner gets shot right out the back. All right, we're gonna go up here and make a right turn. And it's gonna start getting crazy. Two and a half miles. Bunch of loaded guns right here. Unfortunately, I found out a BB gun. Some of these guys have a shotgun. That's not good. Like to stay in the front third of the field if possible here. Save my big gear, so I'm going to have to use them here shortly. Probably go from here in solo. Here we go. Ah, not so bad. Waiting for the end. They're all waiting for the end. he goes. Oh, best I could do. Holy crap. Oh boy. That was hard. Okay. If that result holds, I'm pretty happy with that. I got flush to the front there. A little too early. Hit the arrow power up and went, that's all I could do. Position did pretty well though. I don't really know what else I could have done there. They didn't go as hard early as I thought they would. So I had a little too much speed. Found myself in front with, I don't know, 400 meters maybe? 300 meters. Then it was just full gas. And I got caught by several guys at the finish, but find yourself flush to the front right there. Not much else you can do except go. Go, 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 go. Don't wait. If I'd have waited right there, that group would have caught me and maybe more, and then I had to try to pick up more speed again. It's not going to happen in 300 meters. So, well, for a non-sprinter and a non-big guy, not a bad result. You noticed it wasn't as hard the last couple miles as I thought it would be, especially on that final false flat hill. Everybody was just waiting for the very end. I thought Popovic and Whiteley would just smoke that thing. Because if you got the legs, you could get away right there. It's only a mile to the finish, mile and 1.2 or something. You could do it. Kind of surprised they didn't. You know, you always want to deal with as few people as possible. So, if I got to come into a sprint, especially against guys better than me, bigger than me, stronger than me, you want to try to, the only two things you can do are position yourself as well as you can. Hopefully they have to do more work than you, or just take a chance that they're not going to chase you. A lot harder in Zwift to do that, but I'm just kind of surprised that it didn't go harder earlier, because I think that group would have fractured in half. Because that's the other thing you want to do, is deal with as few people at the finish as possible. If it's a 25, 30 man sprint, you could finish first or 30th. But if you played your cards right and you're in a 5-man group, hey, worst you're gonna get is 5th. So I'm always trying to whittle the group down or make sure I'm in as small a group as possible. So it was that big selection on the second lap split that front group right in half. If they'd have done that the second time, last time, that would have been crazy. You never know how you'd handle something like that, but I think I was in a pretty good spot to deal with it. But I would have liked to come in with Popovic and Whiteley. If those two guys pulled me to the line, I still probably would have gotten third, but I'd have gotten no worse than third. So you can also see that if you don't have an aero power up for a finish like that in Zwift, I mean, it's probably worth 5 places. So if you have one, hold on to it in a flat race like this. Obviously it's not going to do anything good on Box Hill, but these Zwift finishes, those aero power-ups, definitely worth a few places. But, you know, it all evens out. When the top 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 guys all have aero power-ups, well, it's still about who the best sprinter is and who has the most power, so it's fair. All right, well, I'm gonna turn off the fan before I get hypothermic, because I'm up here in the Northeast US and it's cold. So the room I'm in doesn't have much heat, so if I'm not cranking out 160 heart rate, it's cold in a hurry. So we'll do a little race review here. Look at some numbers. So there's your 5 second, your 1 minute, your 5 minutes. All of my numbers got reset the other day when I changed computers. I'm not sure why that happened, but as I know, my 5 minute was a little higher than that. Pretty good 1 minute, 515 watts. I mean, you know, you just want to do as good as you can do. You know, I can't do as good as Popovic, some of those guys, their numbers, but I just try to maximize my own abilities. And that's all anybody can do. That's all a good coach is going to try to get you to do. Maximize your own abilities. You know, no coach is going to turn Joe Schmo into Miguel Indurain, but you can turn him into the best Joe Schmo he can be. I just want to be the best me I can be. That's all I've ever wanted. And then where I settle out is where I settle out. Somewhere there's a cursor. There it is. So we'll go look at our timeline. And you can see the efforts there. Pretty good control throughout the race. Heart rate, you know, kind of gradually going up, which you'd expect. You can see the big red slash there about 2/3 of the way through. That's where the group got halved. And then the next big surge was on the same hill on the last lap, where it just really didn't go as fast as I thought I was going to. Very surprised that Popovic didn't just light the lamp right there. I know he could have soloed in from there. And then the finished sprint, you can see how, I mean, ideally that's kind of the way you want to see your final effort. You're going to ramp up and up and up and then give it everything you got, rather than give it everything you got and then go down, 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 which means you get dropped. So, you know, you got to marshal your resources and be careful with them and be able to give everything you got at the very end. And that's as good as I could do. So, all right, well, that's going to do it for today, people. Thanks for riding along. It was fun. It's actually more fun now that it's over. You guys take care, and we'll probably see you next Tuesday. We'll be back here. I'm assuming, unless something dramatic happens, we'll be back here. and we'll give it another shot. Hopefully be a hilly race next week. Makes it a little more interesting than the boring along mile after mile at 28 miles an hour. So anyway, you guys take care, ride safe, and we will see you next time. Hasta.